Hi, I'm Erin, and I have the best breakfast cereal list.
Hi, I'm Bran, and Erin does not have the best breakfast cereal list. I do.
I'm Dan, and Bran nor Erin have the best breakfast cereal list because I do, and this is the Diss List.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
You just feel it. Hi,
There it is.
everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
This list is
I think
back.
that intro was better.
It was better. We've got one down now, and so it's
We're
good
working
to.
on it.
We
We're
heard
working on
from
it.
so many of you.
They loved it.
They love the Diss List.
That was the early reviews were love it.
Love it. Those are the early reviews.
Yes.
That's right.
And the only thing that people said is, I wish that there was a way
was
to
Less Ryan, more Aaron.
more
There's
Aaron.
one, I think.
and then visually,
Yeah.
and so
Visually?
visually,
Individually?
visually,
Visually.
Visuals.
make it
So
striking.
we went back to the drawing board of construction paper and came up with this high-tech idea.
I said, Erin, you're up next for this list. You can do it on whatever you want it to do, but if there's not construction paper
right.
involved, then
Yes.
we're not doing it. So if you're watching
Yeah.
on philo.tv/DTH, you can see that behind us
Pastels.
is some amazing colors.
Yeah.
And one by one, Erin is going to reveal her list of...
My top 10 breakfast cereals.
Breakfast cereals. This is
Which
real.
It's not just my top 10. I was telling Bran before we started this is the best list of cereal. You guys will have zero changes.
And I want to be very clear. We did not give Erin this topic. Erin was like, I want to talk about breakfast cereal. That's what I want to do.
There was a conversation had in the office where different topics for potential diss lists were thrown out.
Right.
Cereal was mentioned, and as soon as I heard cereal, I said, if I am not on that episode, I do quit.
Wow.
Well, I think a lot
Strong.
of people thought maybe this was only going to be lists of movies.
It would make a lot of sense.
And we say, why? Why do that when there's so many other things?
Can I tell you this?
Sidewalks.
I was top 10 sidewalks
Yeah.
was going to be tough. We may have to get clammy.
It didn't
We
make
don't-
it to air. Dan and I did have an episode of top 10 parlor donut flavors.
Yeah.
Wow.
Turns out
Yeah.
it's like a 20-way
It's a
tie.
20-way
so,
tie for second behind Sandy Beach at 1. Yes.
So that didn't go to air. It was 2 minutes long.
It was just, there's nothing we could do. We agreed. We shook hands. That was the end
We
of it.
ate the donuts. We said, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I was researching this, and I realized that I don't have a lot of strong. This has to be in there feelings as much as I have strong. This can't be in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I have strong. It needs to be in there, and I am very hopeful that she's going to get this right. But yeah, there's some cereal that doesn't.
You want to
belong.
go over the rules real quick? Of this
Yes,
list?
of course. Erin is going to get to show us her list 10 to 1. We will comment after each one our thoughts on
course.
said cereal
Yeah.
and whether or not it should be in the list, all that good stuff. At the end, Dan and I are each going to get to make some changes to said list. We are each going to get to do 2 flip-ems and 2
reverse.
replace-ems.
That's right.
And so then there will be 2 totally separate lists from Erin. And fun little thing here. Erin's going to give her thoughts on which of those lists she likes more. But also the link in the description is going to take you to a poll where you can vote on which of the lists do you think is the best. And afterwards, if you want to go to our social media at Hallmark Podcast, Dan, you and I are both going to
We're going to
reveal
share
our top lists.
Yeah.
So lots to go on here.
2
here with
flips,
the
2
list.
reverses. If we ever have Missy Elliott as a guest, she will be able to flip it and reverse.
Yes, which
okay.
we
good.
can't.
This is good for us to know.
We can't do
We
that.
can't, but
Yeah,
she can
that's
do
a
that.
special Missy Elliott round.
That's only misdemeanor. Only she can do that. Now, one other thing, Brandon,
Yes.
this is very important. We got this feedback. Here on the diss list, best equals favorite.
That's right.
You need to know that.
We're
Those-
bringing in experts.
Those 2 words are interchangeable. If you're upset because you're like, it's my favorite, but not the best, well, if it's your favorite, you also
it is your best.
think it's the best
That's right.
for the purposes of this list. So don't
That's
do
right.
this thing where you're like, it's either best or favorite. It is both of those things. And
That's right.
That's why we do the show.
That Dan was so in awe that Ryan would have Space Jam at number 7 as the best.
Because he's wrong.
But to him,
but I hear that movie stars the Looney Tunes.
it does star the Looney Tunes.
Features
And to
heavily.
him it works. It is the best. And so, Erin, what makes you
This is a great
an
question.
expert on cereal? Why you today?
Well, first, because of my blazer, I am an expert in all things today.
All right, blazer. Got it. Check.
Yeah, you put a blazer on.
We don't have blazers on.
Yeah, if you put a blazer on, you can get away with being an expert in most fields.
Get away with it.
But what makes me an expert is just my unabashed love for cereal. I could eat cereal 3 times a day. I could eat it and count it as dinner.
Yeah,
At any given time, even now at the age of 33, there are at least 4 different cereals in my house, and I live alone. So nobody needs that much cereal, but I apparently do. And
you and then my kids who have 4 or 5 boxes of cereal at all times.
yes,
Who knows
but they're
what they're
twin
gonna...
8-year-old boys, and
That's right.
I am a single 33-year-old woman.
I would say
one of these is okay.
There's not many foods that are perfect for breakfast and for late night snack. And
Waffle House cereal.
And cereal is one of those things. I crave cereal when I wake up in the morning, and I crave it at 11 p.m. And
I do love an 11 p.m.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I feel like
milk.
I'm not qualified to be on this panel
Yeah,
based upon you
probably
two.
not.
I love
So,
cereal. I love cereal.
do the
My
best I can
biggest
here.
concern here is that there's going to be a bunch of healthy crap on this list.
I
Because
have-
I am pretty, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions on what qualifies as a cereal. And if it's like a bran or a nut.
Those are cereals, but are they good?
Shouldn't be.
No.
Shouldn't be a cereal.
I think Erin's going to throw one of those on just to make
Let's
us
just
mad.
see
That's
what
I think she's
happens.
going to do. And I think my big thing is there is one cereal that is popular that I hate, and I don't want it on this
I
list.
cannot wait to hear.
And
what it is.
I
Probably on this list.
it probably is on the
Quantum
list.
Phoenix?
Quantum Phoenix is not. I just assumed,
Yeah.
the cereal was pulled from the shelves. What with the
That's right.
medical stuff.
If you would like to see this list in its entirety, follow.tv/DTH. You'll be able to follow along as Erin unveils her list, which she's about to do with number 10.
Let's get it cracking.
This is very exciting. Number 10 is...
Oh, I said let's get it cracking.
Wow,
Snap,
well
crackle,
done.
and pop.
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispie treats.
Mm.
Yes, this one is on the list. It's not always my first choice, but there is a lot you can do with the Rice Krispies. I feel like I was kind of thinking about this list, like what are the 10 cereals if I only could eat 10 cereals for the rest of my
I
life?
meant to ask what your criteria was. here.
Yeah, I was like, if I could only eat, I mean, when Bran asked me to do this, I was like, hey, bring your list. Right off the bat, I had 13, so I had to knock a couple down. So it was really like, out of these 13, if I could only eat 10 for the rest of my life, what are they?
That's the way to do
And
it.
That's how you do it.
I do need Rice Krispie treats in my life.
But that's not cereal at that point. That's a dessert.
No, but I do also have, when I was younger, I used to spend weekends with my aunt. My parents would go away for their anniversary, and I would spend weekends with my aunt, and we would eat Rice Krispie treats, Rice Krispie cereal together.
That's right.
So every time I eat this cereal, I do think of my aunt. And so it's a fun memory. It's a delicious food. It's number 10.
It's Rice Krispies at number 10, Brian. What do you think?
I have a hard time with it. I do
Yeah.
like the
Sure,
treats.
this is-
I like what you can do with the cereal. I like that the cereal is multifaceted and that you can just eat it with milk. But do people do that? I think most people create the treats that you can make
the treat,
with
yes.
the Rice Krispie. Get it in a square, take it to go, have yourself a good day. And so I don't know if it would have made my top 10. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever actually eaten a bowl of Rice Krispies. I've had hella treats.
Hella treats.
But have I had a bowl of Rice
treats
Krispies?
of the
I'm not
business, man.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
today's the day.
What?
my-
Oh, that was
I'm
flirty.
Excited.
It's unbelievable.
I wish you would have brought little samples for us. That really would have brought it home.
Well, I'm going to blame the patriarchy or somebody, but cereal's like $5 or $6 a box.
And you have 4 boxes in your pantry. Man, we pay you a lot of money
Thanks,
around here.
Obama.
I will say what's currently in my house are not brand name, and they are from Aldi.
Okay,
So
there you go.
if that makes it any better.
This is
that is what you I'm just
and
kidding.
all 4 of those would be better than this pick at number
Wow.
10. This is a bad
You
pick.
don't like this pick.
It's a terrible pick. It is only not terrible compared to the Brink pick of last week at 10. This is a classic gotta church it up cereal. If you're gonna eat Rice Krispies, you gotta church it up. You gotta.
What do you mean by that?
You gotta put some sugar in there.
Yeah.
You gotta put some fruit in there. You gotta put Rice
Maybe
Krispie.
a dab of sugar.
Sugar, right? It is not a cereal that is. It's not a turnkey
I mean,
cereal.
on the picture, they got
That's right.
strawberries in there.
And Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, even the guy, little
Crackle over there.
crackle over there. is like, we all know what you're here for. You're here for the crispy
the
treat.
box knows that this is not a turnkey cereal. You don't take this box off the shelf, pour your bowl, pour some milk, spoon, and you're good. It doesn't work. You got to have something else there, and it just wouldn't have made my list because of that. And so I'm a little worried right now at where we're going based upon number 10, because I would never eat Rice Krispies by
Cereal.
themselves.
Should we move on to number 9?
Let's move on to number 9.
Let's move to number 9.
Okay.
Let's move to number 9. See if it gets better before it gets worse.
Number
right,
9
number
on
9.
Erin's list of best
Breakfast
cereals. Trix.
Yeah.
Now we're
Silly
talking,
rabbits.
folks.
Silly rabbits.
Now that's a cereal.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Trix
Ain't no desserts on
No.
that board. That's
No.
just a bunny with a bunch of cereal.
That's right.
Yeah, so Trix has always been one of my favorites. It fell off because a few years ago they redesigned it, and so they were just colored balls of and like I missed the fruit shapes.
Yeah.
But
I
fruit
think you're
shapes
right
are
about
back.
that.
So
Fruit shapes
Fruit
are
shapes are
back.
back.
according to Target,
No more colored balls.
Fruit shapes are back, and number 9, Trix are for kids.
Silly
I'm a
rabbit.
kid at heart. Here we go.
You know what? One of the side things I love about cereals are the marketing strategies. And I don't know what happened in the room that day that they came up with the Trix Rabbit and Silly Rabbit Trix are for kids.
I mean,
There's not. I mean, how many marketing strategies sit with you like that? Like, is grilled into your brain?
if you just imagine like a boardroom and it's like he's a tiger, he's going to go, great. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, we've decided to make Lucky Charms offensive. It's a tiny leprechaun and they're always after his Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hey, what if the rabbit says he's stealing the cereal?
loves
and
the cereal.
And the kids go,
Yeah. He
you're
just
silly.
he just
This
wants
is just
a
for
bowl of
kids.
cereal.
This is just a kid's cereal.
I believe Trix is for everyone. It's number 9. on my list.
I agree with that. I love Trix. Honestly, I'm so mad you didn't bring samples. I haven't really even thought about Trix in a while, and now looking at it, my mouth is beginning to salivate. I am going to the store after this and buying some Trix. A wonderful pick, a classic pick.
Are you gonna text your wife? Be like, don't worry, I got dinner.
I got dinner.
I'm going to cook tonight.
And trust me, it's not a trick.
I got to be honest, I'd forgotten all about Trix. I always, when I think of the fruity cereal, I don't think of Trix. In fact, if you had asked me if Trix was a fruity cereal, I would have been like, I don't know. So
It
I
doesn't
don't.
taste like fruit, right? Like
Well,
that's
it's-
not.
Yeah, they're fruity.
Does it?
They're fruity flavors.
I know that they're
Yeah,
fruity shapes.
there are 3 or 4 fruity cereals I would have above
They are
Trix.
fruit flavored sweetened corn puffs.
Sweetened corn puffs. There you go.
Fruit flavored.
Naturally and artificial.
Gotta have
Yep.
my Trix. No, that sounds like a different show. I
You're thinking I've got to have my pops.
gotta have my pops. There
I
it
got
is.
a yo gobble gobble for you.
Yo
I'm sure
gobble
there's
gobble.
one.
Gotta have my Trix.
Yeah.
Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
That's right.
I don't like this pick either, but you know what? I've not had Trix in a while. Maybe I just forgot about it. So there's that.
I do have to just say really
You
quickly.
can go over to Brands for dinner tonight.
Okay, great. You're cooking. Great.
How wonderful this is looking if you're watching on Philo. It's popping.
It is, yeah.
It looks great. A
Yes.
whole new element to this program.
Yeah.
Really
the
well
magic
done.
of construction
We're
paper.
gonna have to.
It looks like the
could we?
emblems are measured
I know.
exactly to the construction
amazing.
paper.
Thank you so much.
Could we
You're
have?
welcome.
Could we have done it like digitally or something? Yeah, probably. But this is fun. So now
Hey,
anytime we
when
do
you
this
have
list,
like 6 hours notice, this is what you get.
You
We're
got as much
gonna-
notice as you did to write the synopsis that one time.
We're
Remember-
gonna
I think
have
I had more
to.
to it.
We're gonna have to fly everyone in
Yeah.
that joins us for the diss list
That's
just
right.
for this.
Well, I mean, PowerPoint, the technology is not quite there.
It's not there.
When it gets there, though.
There's something about the physical reveal
That is
that's
really nice.
really nice.
It
It's
is.
very nice.
Great.
Speaking of that nice physical reveal,
TV 14.
let's go 8. Erin,
Physical reveal the colored balls.
I don't wanna.
number 8.
Number 8, here we
on
go.
the top 10 best cereals is.
Nope, I ripped it.
Oh no,
This is a
honeycombs.
honeycombs.
Cereal.
Honeycombs.
This is fascinating.
So
we're running out of
go
room
ahead.
for good cereals.
go ahead and explain yourself. Honeycombs.
There is something about the taste of honeycomb that
It's made with real honey. It says it right there.
I'm a
is
big
just,
pine cones guy.
it is just really good. Yeah, I don't want to ever live in a world without honeycomb cereal.
You don't want to live in a world without honeycomb cereal.
No, it's delicious.
Let me ask
like
you this.
thinking, like as Brand is looking at Trix and he's getting excited. He's going to go buy a box. Like, I'm looking at honeycomb, and the flavor of honeycomb is just so nostalgic and so sweet. And I'm like, yeah, I might go by the store and get that on the way home.
If you don't want to answer this question, you can say no comment. Is this the only cereal on your list where honey is the predominant flavor?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I needed. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. If this is where it is, and I like honeycombs more than these other two cereals.
Really?
So yes,
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Give me honeycombs over Trix and Rice Krispies. So I don't have a problem there. I have a problem at 9 and 10, but the fact that 8 is better gives me a little bit of encouragement that we're moving in the right direction. And maybe I can just take those two off with my two change them ups.
I think a big part of this is, that I'm looking at is why I kind of forgot about this cereal, because I actually did go through a honeycomb phase when I was a kid, where it was like I ate it a lot and then I kind of forgot about it. There's not a memorable marketing strategy with the honeycombs. We got the rabbit. We got the
They had one.
Okay.
Did they say honeycombs a bunch? Like honeycombs. Is that
There
it,
was
or
like
am I
a
just
little
thinking of something else?
gremlin like monster, and they had like a computer game, and I did really like the computer
Clearly
game.
didn't take off because it's nowhere to be found on this box.
Like for a couple years in the 90s, and then it went away. But like in the box, you got the CD-ROM for and you could
got
play
a
this game.
CD-ROM in the box.
There was
You
a
can play.
period of time where cereal marketing was insane. They
Insane.
just put stuff in boxes that they had no business putting in them.
They used to also in cereal boxes give away AOL, like a CD
Yeah, I do remember
that
that.
would give you like 20 free hours
Yeah.
of AOL.
I love that.
What better way
It
to get
is
it than with a-
nutritious, sweetened corn and oat cereal. Corner here says for education. I don't really know.
box
I think it
tops.
has a box top.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love that. That's really nice. Who doesn't love a good box top? Which I still don't really get, like what they are. It's like, hey, if you cut a
If
little
you
thing,
turn all these in.
then you'll get
General
a
Mills will make a
coin.
donation. Could General Mills
Could they just
Post
do it?
Just make a donation? Maybe.
but
I
it's,
think
they're
for
trying to push you to buy the cereal, so they're not making
Yeah.
the donation. You are.
Anyway, any comb.
comb.
I do like this cereal. I definitely went through a phase, but I did forget that it existed. So
This is the
And
first.
that's why we have the diss list to remind
That's
you
right.
of the 10
Yeah.
best cereals of all time.
I don't know if I've had cereal in a decade, but what I will tell you is this is the first cereal that appeared on the screen up here that I was like, I could go for a bowl of those.
See?
That's the first one.
That's
the first
why they
one
made the list. Is I was looking
that
at
I'm
cereals
like,
last night.
I
was
could
like,
do that.
Once
I
I
could do
thought of
that.
honeycomb, I couldn't.
Now, occasionally I'll take a handful of my kids' cereal and just chuck
Yeah.
it in my mouth. I will say that, but I've not had it sat down with a bowl, milk, spoon.
And
Probably
honeycomb
20
is one of
years,
those, like Rice
in all
Krispies,
honesty.
you're not,
College.
if your kids are eating a bowl of Rice Krispies, you're not reaching into the box for a
No,
handful of that.
no.
But honeycomb,
Yes.
yeah, I am.
Correct. Absolutely.
That's number 8.
let's do one more and then we'll take a
Okay.
break.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Number 7 on Aaron's list of top 10 cereals.
Okay.
Is
Captain
Captain
Crunch.
Crunch.
Now, berries.
Crunch
Crunch
berries.
berries.
Yeah. It's important. It's an important distinction. It's not all berries. It's not Captain
it's not
Crunch.
Oops All Berries. I love Captain Crunch. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah,
But
come on.
I do. This cereal is currently in my house. I had this for dinner 2 nights ago.
Is it Aldi's brand? Is it like
Yeah, it's Aldi's brand.
Admiral?
I can't remember what it is.
Crunch.
I think
Another
it's
one.
just like Crunch Berries. But I do. I mean, I will eat Captain Crunch. It's delicious. I love it. But the berries, I think, just give it a fun little something extra.
Well,
so if I had to choose,
something. It's like a cream. It's like a cream in the preview
yeah,
episodes.
if I'm creaming that cereal, but berries
Yes.
in that cereal. Yeah. I don't really have a whole lot to say about that. You can't have. I don't think you can have a cereal list without some sort of Captain Crunch. And Oops All Berries doesn't count because there's no of the actual crunch. in
Oops
there.
All Berries is just
It's
tricks
just
at
a
that
berry.
point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just a
it's
trick.
tricks
That's all
at
it
that
is.
point.
It's just a trick balls.
I'm gonna go first here.
Yeah.
This is a top 5 cereal. Captain Crunch Berries top 5 cereal. The base of the Captain Crunch is as important as the berries. The two together is what give
is
it
so good.
such a great flavor. Definitely want a bowl of this cereal. This cereal's amazing. Big fan. Only critique is it can cut up the roof of your mouth.
Yes, and that's why it's not top 5.
It can cut up the roof of your mouth. It's still a top 5 cereal for me. I'd probably have it at 4, I think. So this is a good pick. It's a good selection. We're on the right track. We're doing things. I feel better about what's going on now. I'm getting excited about cereal.
For
Let's
the
do
first
this.
time in a decade, Dan is excited about
Gotta
cereal.
have my trick.
Guys, we did it on the diss list. We
Where's
did
my
it.
money?
This was not a popular cereal in the Gray House growing up. For some reason, I don't know why. I know people love the Captain Crunch.
I know. All right, Trump. There are many people saying Captain Crunch berries.
Many people say it's the best.
Okay, go ahead.
I just didn't really have a lot, and but I, looking at it, I like it. I'm not upset that it's on there. I think my big takeaway so far is shout out to the sweetened corn and oat industry.
Pretty much every cereal.
Every
right?
cereal is just sweetened corn and oat. How can we jazz it up?
Yeah.
Well, I got a rabbit. Well, I gotta go create a character.
Yeah.
His name's Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
And he has a past. Don't ask about it.
No. Hey, what I'm learning here is that you are just down for cereal. You're every cereal you've been like, I'm not mad about it.
No, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it
Where's
at all.
the cereal? Oh, I'm not mad. I just would like some.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
love it.
I will say, of the three of these, this is surprisingly the one that I've had the least. Captain Crunch. Crunch. I know.
Would you have the other three ahead of it?
I don't know if I would even have it on there, to be honest with you.
You don't even get it. You don't even get it. You don't even understand how this works.
I mean, I'll have to figure it out because we're gonna have to do our list over on the socials. But I'll think about it. I'll pray about it.
Hey, Bram.
Yes.
Hypothetically, if
Yes.
we were
Top
going to take
right.
a break right now, thank you so much.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Oh,
on
we're gonna go take the bring the fader up.
Fader up.
And we'll be right back here on
The
the diss
Diss
list.
Welcome back, dislisters,
Yeah.
dissers.
Dissers.
We're going to workshop
Listers.
that.
Yes, we'll get there.
This is the program where someone brings a list and the rest of us diss it.
That's right.
Diss their
It's
list.
a cool turn of phrase from 30 years ago.
People were like, "What's
it mean?
What's the name about?"
You're too old or too young.
Is
You weren't alive in the 90s.
you just got dissed? All right, let's get back to it. Top 10 cereals.
Number 10,
from Erin.
Rice Krispies. Number 9, Trix. Number 8, Honeycombs. Number 7, the Captain Crunch berries. Number 6.
I'm gonna,
What is it, Erin?
you want me to do it since you're right? Since I'm right here.
You're right there.
Oh my
Here it
gosh!
is.
Number 5 is Lucky
it is.
Charms.
Number 6 is Lucky Charms.
Oh.
6. Not a top 5 cereal. Not a top 5
6
cereal.
is Lucky Charms. Yeah. I don't know. This is just a classic cereal. We ate this a lot growing up. Big fan of the heart stars and horseshoes, clovers and blue moons, pots of gold and rainbows, and the red balloon.
And the terrible depiction of Irish people. You're big on
nope,
that.
we're big fans of that.
I think they should be so lucky. This leprechaun, this leprechaun is a legend.
And unlike the Trix Rabbit, he has the Lucky Charms. So.
He has them.
Yeah.
Those are his.
Those are his. And they're always after
People are
his
trying to take them.
Lucky Charms.
Yes.
We've all seen the leprechaun say, yeah.
Yeah. I know I'm after those Lucky Charms. I love this cereal. I eat it all the time. I've had it this week. I adore Lucky Charms. And you know what? I'm happy that it's right by me. So I can just kind of go in and grab it. I love Lucky Charms. I think it's the perfect cereal. I think it does everything that you want. And I know what Dan's about to say. And the marshmallows rule. And I don't ever seek out just the marshmallows. But on the occasions,
too much.
yeah, I know. But on the occasions that people send me just the marshmallows,
Do I
which
chop them up with a credit card and mainline them through my nose? Yes, I do.
I eat them.
Yes, I
I
do.
eat them fast and I eat them hard.
Oh, that's good cereal.
I love the marshmallows. I've gone through different phases throughout my childhood of how I would eat Lucky Charms. Sometimes I would separate them just so I can really enjoy the marshmallows. I'm an adult. I just eat it like normal. But I love the marshmallows. I love Lucky Charms. Really disappointed that it's not in the top 5 here.
I'm disappointed it's on the list at all. I hate
You're
Lucky
insane.
Charms. It's crazy that we're friends.
You're insane.
Lucky Charms as a cereal sucks.
I gotta be honest. Me liking Lucky Charms and you not liking Lucky Charms tells people everything they need to know about us.
Fun fact, I don't let my kids have Lucky Charms for breakfast. It's not like I don't give it to. They ask and I say no. It's not because I'm a health nut. It's because I just draw the line at marshmallows for breakfast. So sue me. I don't know. Nothing is worse to me.
What's it gonna hurt?
No, that's a different conversation. I probably should let him eat it. Different conversation. Personally, nothing is worse to me than a freeze-dried marshmallow. I don't know. I hate it. I hate
its own
everything
thing.
about it. It ruins the cereal.
Oh my gosh.
This is a bad idea for a cereal with freeze-dried marshmallows and an unfortunate campaign. We have fixed a lot. The Washington Redskins changed their name. How are we still doing this?
Listen, if the Irish community would like to make it change, I've not heard one pushback from an actual Irish person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right here. I love it.
I'm just saying,
thank you.
Erin speaks for all Irish people.
for all of
and we're
Ireland.
okay with the 12-inch tall leprechaun, smaller than the bowl of cereal, and freeze-dried marshmallows. It's not the leprechaun. I wish I could say it was. It's the marshmallows. I hate it. I knew it was going to be on this list. Got to be honest. Thrilled it's not top 5.
You're going to have to make some
Thrilled
choices,
it's not.
though, Dan.
I am.
Because
I am. You're
what
right.
are you
Because
gonna
I
do?
hate it. But it's not in the top 5. It could be worse. The fact that this is in the top 5 kind of is a win for me. But if I make it my own list, this isn't even top 20.
Wow.
I hate it.
Wow.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
I'll take yours if you're not going to eat
Yeah,
them
you can
or
have 'em.
give them to your kids.
That's
I'll
right.
take them. I'll take the
Yeah.
boxes.
My kids live in a tough household. No
Family
no Lucky Charms.
sized, big, giant size, any
You've
size
had
will
these
do.
This week, you said.
I have had them this week, and I will have them tonight. All right.
Or after the honeycomb and the tricks?
I have the Lucky
mix them all up,
Charms
yep.
in house, so
Okay.
I will probably stick with Lucky Charms. I don't
He
really.
keeps them in house. This is one for you, right? This is your one. This is your one home.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, this is number 1 cereal for Brain. We've had this conversation before. We knew it going in. We knew what was going to happen. 6 is about the best place it could be, considering that where I want the cereal and when you want
All right.
you want it.
Let's see what happens here. We're going to
Okay.
the top 5 now. Row number 1 is done. Let's go to row number 2. If you're watching on philo.tv/GTH. Number 5
Okay.
is
Yeah, now we're doing things.
the Reese's Puff.
Yeah.
Reese's.
Reese
That's
Puff.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. That's
Reese's. Reese over there, you made some puffs.
right. Reese, hey Reese, get in here with
Hey,
your puffs,
Reese.
Reese. Reese, did you make some puffs?
You made some puffs, Reese.
Reese.
Everyone knows it's Reese's.
Reese's.
Weirdos.
Yeah, invented by Dave Reese. Like, look it up. Hi, I'm Dave Reese.
Aaron?
I mean, I think this is a cereal that speaks for itself. You have the chocolate, you have the peanut butter, mix it with a bowl of cereal.
Throw some milk in there.
I mean, like, no notes. Like, it's delicious. Top 5 cereal.
Yeah. It's a Reese cup cereal, guys. What are we doing here?
There's nothing to change about it. Like, it's just
as soon
it's
as they
delicious.
put the box on the shelf, the game was over. It's a top 5 cereal.
Is it newer? When
It
did they
is
come out?
only like it's under 20 years old, right? It's happened in the
I think it came out within my lifetime.
Yeah, I think it came out in the early 2000s, like 2006, 7, 8. I could be wrong. Maybe it's earlier than
I
that.
do
and
have a poster of vintage cereal boxes covers like on my wall at home.
cool.
Reese is not on there, so
Wow.
When
Newer.
did they release?
This is a good question. And while you're
you
looking
can put
that
that in
up,
my expert column.
I'll
as
go.
well.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah,
no.
here it
I don't
comes.
think I've ever had them.
Reese's Puffs,
and-
1994. So
Wow.
30 years.
I don't
We're
know
old.
if I've ever had Reese's Puffs. There's a reason for that.
It's
Are you
co-
allergic
to
because
peanut butter?
You've tried to only eat 5 foods your entire life.
So within the past 10 years, I've gotten over a lot of hurdles in my life, personal struggles.
Where's this going?
Many of which
Many of
are
Since
in
today,
regards.
You can help sponsor Brand Cereal Journey.
Many of these hurdles have been about food, and growing up, I wouldn't ever combine peanut butter and chocolate together.
God,
I had to do them
you are-
separate.
You are.
You know me now.
I know.
And you know how much I love a Reese's.
I knew you then,
You know how much I love a Reese's.
but I knew you before you put cheese on your cheeseburger.
Yes.
You used to just do hamburger,
Yes.
cheese on the hamburger. What are we trying to do here?
So it was new. It was it's a newer love for me, and for
Brandon.
some reason, I just haven't tried it. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because I love Lucky Charms so much,
Yeah,
and
it's
some
not
other
sweet,
ones.
sweet enough for them.
Yeah, I just like
The
I don't.
chocolate and peanut butter don't reach the sugar quota that Brand's looking for.
I don't know. I just haven't tried it. I'm sure if I tried it, I'd love it because I love a Reese's, a Christmas tree, of course.
Did you see they're making like medals or something for the Olympics? Did you see this?
What do you
July,
mean?
Like they're making a seasonal for July for the Olympics this year.
There's circles.
No, it's got the, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a trophy. It's something.
Okay.
But it is not just a circle. But I see how you got there.
Just like, well, so they're the leftover pumpkins.
Yeah. And football should
and eggs. Yeah. We're doing a new thing. It's a circle. Oh.
Yeah. Medals. I was right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. There's no way that's a fish.
That comes in like a goldfish type container.
Yeah. I mean, we should get some for the office.
I understand the love of the cereal. And this was hard for me to even admit that I've never tried it.
I can't believe you admitted it. That's big of you.
I know it's my own personal journey. We all have one. We're all trying to get better, and I will try it, and I'll leave a review for on our social media at some point.
On our social media for Reese Puffs.
Yep.
I'll try it.
Bro. Are you gonna like take a video of you eating it and then?
Yes.
Okay.
My only question is this too low? And I don't know. I've got 4 cereals that I also have in my top 5 along with this one. And so we're tracking well, but Crunch Berries was in my top 5. So if Crunch Berries is down at 7, I feel like Reese Puffs should be a little bit higher. But I love that it's here. I'm happy. I feel like it's earned its way here. I feel like it's an all-time cereal. And I trust Erin Shea.
I'm interested to see.
She's gonna do what's right.
I'm interested to see what happens.
I do think there might be one in my top 4.
If she throws a effing frosted mini wheats out here, we're gonna burn the set down. I'm just letting you know right now.
You can't.
You wouldn't. She wouldn't.
Number 1.
Let's go to number 4.
2 Raisin
Let's go to
Bran,
number 4
1 frosted mini wheats.
on Erin's top 10 cereal list is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Crunch.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy. That's good cereal.
Let's go.
This is a new thing. Crispy sweetened whole wheat and rice cereal. They're doing their own thing. A lot of people try to stick with the corn and the oat and whatnot. This is a new thing.
Yeah. And it's a turnkey cereal.
Turnkey.
You open the box, you put it in the bowl, you pour the milk, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
It is an orgasmic experience.
Calm it
like
down.
eating a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Now that you said that, let's let
And the
Erin
reason why
describe
I
her top
say
4
that
cereal.
is you're eating the cereal.
It's the crystals.
And then the milk does this thing at the end, and you. Is there any cereal that you're more excited to slurp the milk for than Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
A chocolate cereal. Like when Nesquik had a cereal, that chocolate milk at the end was Nesquik.
Can
milk.
I tell you what hits? I only know this because my kids, and I've tried a bite of theirs. I don't have Cocoa Krispies in my top 10 cereals. Cocoa Krispies, Cinnamon Toast Crunch together.
Yeah.
Holy moly. It is life-changing. It's that good.
Erin, why Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Erin's like,
number 4?
I've got to go back to the drawing board.
We're going to take another break while I run to the store.
That's right. I would eat a bowl of that right now.
I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It has the cinnamon sugar on it, but overall is not too sweet. You know, like Lucky Charms is not going to be my top 5. I can't eat that. I have to be like
fake sweet too.
I have to be in the mood for Lucky Charms. Like I do every now and then want some Lucky Charms, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch I could eat almost any time of day.
I think even hearing you know that Lucky Charms it belongs like 2 or 3 spots down further.
Yeah, I think it's where it is for like a nostalgia factor. I think just it being Lucky Charms bumps it up. Or I made this list in 6 hours. Who knows? Anyway, also one of my favorite things with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and this is just a weird thing, and Bran was brave and admitted some things, so I'm going to be brave and admit some things.
Oh, yeah, I love this.
I love with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, every now and then you will get a piece that's like puffy. It's like hollow inside.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then when they like fill with milk, it's a
about.
perfect bite of cereal.
Yeah.
And I just love that about the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So it's a perfect cereal for me.
Yeah, it's perfect, and it's number 4, Erin.
Yeah.
Perfect at 4, which means these next 3 also all perfect.
Yes.
You love this cereal.
I love this cereal.
Yeah. The top 4 there.
I think part of my weird relationship with cereal is one, when I was a kid, since we're admitting things, early on, not as a teenager or not as a 20-year-old, but as like a 5-6-year-old, when I was really little, I was allergic to milk, and I grew out of that allergy. And so I did not grow up 6, 7, 8 eating milk and cereal. Right. Cereal was just dry to me. And so I didn't love it like all the other kids loved it.
This is a great dry cereal.
This is a great dry cereal. It is the ultimate. You could just put it in a bowl, watch a movie, and eat it like popcorn.
Yeah.
It
You
is.
can do that with honeycomb too.
It is that good. Oh, yeah, I could buy that. I could see that. It is that good. It doesn't need anything else. And then when I discovered, closer to being 10, 11, that milk and cereal were the combo, it just takes it up a notch, as you would say. Like the end of that bowl there, it is just
it's
killer.
nuts. It's crazy.
This is maybe. Man, this may be higher than 4 for me. It is a perfect cereal. I don't disagree.
I'm very excited to see what she has at 3.
I've got one that I'm realizing is not going to be on her list. That is like just a nostalgic, really a college cereal for me that I just discovered in college and had been there all along. I discovered it in college and I just freaking loved it. And I don't think it's going to make her list. I'm not going to tell. That's got marshmallows. You think that's going to be on her list?
You're right.
Get the F out of here with your marshmallows.
Let's take one more break and we'll come back and we'll get the top 3 best cereals here on
the Diss List.
List.
Y'all doing noises?
Yeah.
We're back.
Welcome back to the Diss List here on Deck the Hallmark.
The Diss List.
It's great to be here.
Decom Descendants. It's a different show with the 3 of us.
A great show.
It's great. Yeah, leave a review, please.
Let's get caught up for those of you listening on your radio live and have missed the first part of the show. Rice Krispies.
Number 9.
Trix.
Number 8.
Honeycomb.
Number 7.
Captain Crunch Berries.
Number 6.
Lucky Charms.
Number 5.
Reese's Puffs.
Number 4.
Cinnamon Toast
All right,
Crunch.
it's getting real, Erin. It's getting real.
I'm nervous. My stomach hurts.
Give me a little strategy. If all 4 of these are perfect cereals, how did you go about in your head deciding the order? Was it nostalgia? What have I had lately? How do you rank 4 perfect cereals?
I think it was based on how often I purchase them and buy them.
Yeah.
Sure, I think
So
that's
like
a good
how
way to do it.
often am I eating, like craving them at the store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that answer. Great answer.
I can go over more detail when I reveal certain
Okay,
ones.
fair
but-
enough.
Can I give you my take so far, Brian?
Yeah, go ahead.
We started off with more fruity cereals. In fact, 3 of the bottom 5. Now we're getting into more savory cereals, chocolate and cinnamon. So
interesting.
I'm interested to see what happens moving forward. Is if we just find out Erin's cereals are more of the savory variety, or if she's got some at the top that are going to lean more in the fruit side of things.
Yeah, and I think if I heard her correctly, there's at least one honey related cereal.
That's right.
In the top 3, and I imagine we could figure that out.
I think we
could
could
deduce it.
but
why deduce when we
that
could?
scares me. I forgot about that.
The reveal. Number 3 is, and there it is.
Honey Nut
Honey Nut
Cheerios.
Cheerios. Not surprised to see it on the list. A bit surprised to see it at number 3, but I would love to hear your reasoning.
I'm very surprised to see it at number 3
behind Honey Nut Cheerios.
This is also in my house currently. It is number 3, a top 3 cereal, because it is a cereal that I could eat every day, and not feel like I can't eat Lucky Charms every day. I can't eat even Cinnamon Toast Crunch after a while is very sweet.
Yeah,
no, I would never eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch every day.
So Honey Nut Cheerios to me is it's still a little bit sweet, but it's also helping with my cholesterol and my heart. So, it's healthy.
Oh my God.
it's a part of the marketing. It can help lower cholesterol.
There's a chance.
It's a chance.
You know how I know it doesn't is because if it did, they would say that. If it did
All right, so
help,
here's the asterisk here.
It's got whole grain oats.
asterisk.
3 grains of soluble
Oh boy. Buckle up
fiber
for this.
daily from whole grain oat foods like Honey Nut Cheerios cereal in a diet low in saturated fat and cholesterol may reduce the risk of heart disease. So it has really nothing to do with the cereal
At
itself.
all.
Yes, nothing at all.
I will say when we do the diss list on the top 10 favorite words for Brian to try to read,
Soluble?
soluble and asterisk are both going to be on there.
It's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough list.
It's going to be a tough list.
A just list of words for birthdays.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the top 3 because I could eat it every day.
It's a comfort
and
food.
not feel bad about it.
That's nice, yeah.
Late at night, I'm not necessarily reaching for Lucky Charms or Reese's, because late at night I'm like, all right, I'm getting ready for bed. I'm worried about my teeth at that point. So
Yeah.
not eating a bunch of marshmallows at 11 p.m. But yeah, Honey Nut Cheerios, it's a good staple. It is always there. It's always going to be on the
always
shelf.
there when you need it.
Yeah. So top 3.
Bram.
So it's not my favorite Cheerio option. I think you know my favorite.
Cheerios?
Frosted Cheerios. I like this cereal fine. It's not
3.
sweet. It's not sweet enough. It's not sweet enough.
There it is. Yeah.
I'll put it out there. I'll tell everybody where I'm at. It's not sweet enough. I respect the game. I respect the people love this cereal. This is a classic cereal.
Yeah.
And so
It
kudos.
always makes me think, like, have you had, when people say they love it, like, have you had other cereals is what I think.
Right.
When
Yeah.
I think of this cereal.
I understand how you got it to number 3.
No.
And maybe if it wasn't one of the ones that's currently in my house, like I would not be mad if it was at 4 or 5.
Good to know.
It's just currently
It's good information.
it's just
free
currently
there.
in my cabinet. And
There's only one offensive cereal on this list. It's Rice Krispies. I am offended that that's on this list. It does not.
I'd
work.
agree with that.
It does not work by itself.
Yeah, it needs to be just a treat.
And I would have Honey Nut Cheerios lower. It would not be in my top 10, but as a comfort food, nostalgia, always there for you, not changing the recipe. I get why it's here. I'm not shocked we saw it.
And if you do everything perfectly, it can help lower your cholesterol. So that's like,
could
great.
you find a dozen other ways to get fiber?
Sure,
yeah,
maybe.
but that's one of them.
and
Soluble
I don't
too.
believe the mascot is
Soluble.
offensive.
That's true.
I actually think this bee slaps.
Yeah.
I think his name is Busby. I don't know what it is.
Busby?
It begins with a B.
Cindy?
But yeah, having seen the Bee Movie, a very offensive Bee Movie.
Is it really?
You've never seen the Bee Movie?
No, the Jerry Seinfeld one? Is it offensive?
It's not for children. If you're watching this and you
What?
thought maybe you would want to watch the Bee Movie with your children,
I would have 100% showed it to my kids. Why not?
if you want to explain,
bees like
if
doing
you
stuff.
if you want to explain sex to your children, watch the Bee Movie, I guess.
Oh.
But if not, maybe don't.
All right, good to know.
It's got there's a good message hidden in there about how bees are important for our survival.
Yes,
And
they
it's
are.
wrapped in a lot of sexual tension between the bee and a human woman.
Weird.
Okay,
So-
that is weird.
First
So
ingredient
you know what?
is
He's
the whole grain oats.
inoffensive. We love him.
I mean, what else is this cereal aside from whole grain oats and honey? Is that
Soluble fiber, which is probably in the oats,
Yeah.
I guess.
So yeah.
Man, this is leading me to believe that the next two are both fiber laden, like,
It can't
Raisin
be.
Bran.
It
I'm just
can't
kidding. I'm just kidding. We
It
got two
can't
left.
be.
Any predictions? Aaron, don't give us anything. Any predictions what you think you may see coming up here?
Boy, I think there's going to be another berry related cereal, perhaps. Count Chocula is a classic and beloved. There's some cereals out there
Keep
that
pushing Chocula.
I'm just telling you what the people are saying.
I'm not going to say any cereals per se, but I think that there's one sweet and one savory cereal that I would love to see.
Wow,
in
you'd
the last
love to
two.
see it. He'd love to see it.
It would make me so happy.
Well, let's find out. Number 2 on Aaron's top 10 cereals is Fruity Pebbles.
Let's go, Aaron Shea.
You know
what
what's
I'm
great
talking
about
about.
Fruity Pebbles?
Everything.
It is great. It is great. And
God,
what's
it
fun?
slaps.
What's fun is if you combine 2 and 10, you've got yourselves a day.
That's right. If you add some Rice Krispies, two
Is there
Fruity
anything
Pebbles and
better
make a treat,
than a
then
Rice
yes.
Krispie treat with Fruity Pebbles in
Oh,
it?
stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles are really having a moment right now.
Having a moment.
I didn't know.
Yeah, there's like ice cream, there's Fruity Pebbles candy bars, there's like pancake mixes, cupcake mixes. People just rediscovered Fruity Pebbles, and Post said we're gonna run with it, and you can get almost anything in Fruity Pebble. I don't love all of those options. I've tried almost every one I find.
Can you give me some examples?
Fruity Pebbles ice cream.
Yeah, that's a
was,
lot.
It was very like artificially sweet.
We had somebody make us Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treats that were some
Yeah,
of the
those
best
are
I'd
good.
ever had.
Those were good.
Unbelievable.
Amazing. I wish I could remember
the
who
Fruity
it was.
Pebbles chocolate bar is white chocolate, and it's just too.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's too much for me. But Fruity Pebbles, the cereal, there is never a day where this doesn't slap. And I can tell myself at 11 p.m. that it's fruit. So
That's right. Yeah. Does it help your heart at
Is
all,
it
Brandon?
And it's the
sweetened
Flintstones.
rice
What
or
do you-
natural and artificial? Okay, so there's natural fruit in
And
there.
they spell fruit the right way. Fruit Loops was maybe on here, but I have a hard time with
God,
the F-R-O-O-T.
Dude, Fruit Loops can kick it down the
Yeah.
road compared to Fruity Pebbles.
Well, I mean, I just wrote down a list of like my
Fruit
top
Loops.
20. Narrowed it down right away to 13. Fruit Loops didn't make the top 13.
No, it shouldn't. Cereal sucks.
Yeah. So Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, of course. While you're thinking about that, Brandon, how you're wrong. Listen, I was allowed to have Fruity Pebbles as a kid. It was not on the approved Thompson household cereals. It just
Interesting.
wasn't.
It sounds very similar to Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms, correct. My kid's favorite cereal would probably be Lucky Charms. When I got to college, my roommate ate Fruity Pebbles all the time. I had a bowl my sophomore year of college. Changed my life. I ate it nonstop through college. What's great is how thin the Fruity Pebbles are.
Yes.
There's something about how they don't take on the milk, but the milk works around them and it stays crispy, and yet it's still delightful. It is like the perfect, when I think of a bowl of cereal, I immediately think of Fruity Pebbles and milk. It's my number one, but it's tied with a couple others, including Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which I also think is perfect, Reese's Puffs, and then one other one that, if it's up there, Erin Shea's
It's
just
not.
made the best list,
I'm sorry.
unfortunately.
I'm so sorry.
It's not.
I just
We were
don't,
doing
don't-
so well.
I don't want you to get too excited.
We were doing so well.
You're not going to like the number one.
Okay, whatever.
But yeah, the
Count
first time I ever
Chocula? It's
had
probably Count
the first
Chocula.
time I had Fruity
Ugh.
Pebbles, along, twice a summer. One weekend I'd spend in Boston with my aunt. The other weekend that my parents would go away, my aunt would take me to New Hampshire to hang out with who I called my boy cousins, because all my other cousins were girls, and
Okay.
I had two who were boys. So
Boy cousins
Yeah.
and tricks.
It's crazy.
and that was the first time I had Fruity Pebbles. Their house was like amazing. They had the bowls with the straw, so when you were done, you could just drink the milk.
Man,
They would make me pancakes in the shape of an E for my name. Like, it was just their house was magical. I went back to visit a couple years ago. Again, magical. They were up making me like homemade breakfast sandwiches.
wow.
Tom and Anne-Marie, I love you both so much. You're not listening, but I love you both so
Tom
much.
and Anne Marie, shout out.
Shout out indeed.
God, Fruity Pebbles.
So yeah, Fruity Pebbles, it still holds up. It has a magical like memory for me, but it also holds up.
Brand, comment?
I do love Fruity Pebbles. I also love Fruit Loops. But this is great. It is are the Flintstones still the mascots for Fruity Pebbles?
The Flintstones?
Yes.
It's a
Did
very.
you say Funstones?
He did say Flintstones.
Meet the Funstones.
Did I really?
Yeah, he
There,
said Flintstones.
I mean, they are the Flintstones.
Yeah,
That's
they're so-
interesting because they're
yeah.
just so like culturally not
'Cause
existent.
I think the Cocoa Pebbles has Pebbles and Bam Bam
That's crazy.
on it. I think.
Hey, how did that happen?
Which is weird.
Like we got a rabbit created for the story of Tricks. We got an entire Captain Crunch.
Hey, you think the Flintstones still slap
Does
on
it
Fruity Pebbles?
work?
Yeah.
I
We're
wonder
gonna
if they
go Texans.
regret it.
Nope.
I wonder if they
Was it
regret
a
going
cereal?
with a
Because it was-
pre-made.
Because he works in like a rock quarry.
Yes. Correct.
I understand why it works. I'm
Like, was
thinking
it
about
created
yeah.
for them?
Maybe it was.
Whoa,
It's still
was
working.
Fred Flintstone's created?
No, was Fruity Pebbles created for Fred Flintstone? The carrot, like,
But
was
I'm
the
saying,
cereal
what-
originally created after the cartoon?
I'm also asking if he was a mascot and then they created a show around
No,
him.
I think the first one.
Hey, can I just ask questions?
You can.
Can I just ask him?
I just was giving you my opinion.
Erin,
That's all.
did you have any information?
It says so. The cereal has been around since 1971, and it gets its name from their daughter Pebbles.
Wow. So it is an offshoot of the show, The Flintstones.
I mean, I will be doing
That's wild.
53-year-old.
more look into that there, but like
She's gonna be doing more looking.
more look into.
I'm going to be doing
gonna
more
do
look
some-
into.
It's
Erin,
fun to
that's why
finally
we
get
hired
to
her.
do that.
Yeah.
It's fun to be a dingle and correct
Can you,
people.
can you do some more look into that for us?
This is a wonderful cereal. I think it belongs in the top 5. I don't know if I would have it at 2, but it's a wonderful, wonderful cereal. Yeah.
Yeah, great cereal. All right.
Yeah, so it just was named for Pebbles, and
Wow.
now here we are.
I've reset my expectations
Okay.
for number 1. Before we get there, number 10, Rice Krispies.
Yes.
Number 9, Tricks. Number 8, Honeycomb. Number 7, Captain Crunch, Crunch Berries. Number 6, Lucky Charms. Number 5, Reese's Puffs. Number 4, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 3, Honey Nut Cheerios. Number 2, Fruity Pebbles. And the number 1
Oh
cereal
my
in
gosh!
Erin Shea's list is...
It's oat bran. It's plain Cheerios.
Oh, it's devastating.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so
I thought
bad.
it might be.
This is so bad. Oh my gosh.
It's chocolatey cereal with spooky fun marshmallows. I love that it says spooky fun marshmallows.
It's a parlor trick of a cereal. It's not even a cereal. It's not even how.
Parlor trick.
What happened?
You can only get this one time a year, and it's so nostalgic for me that like when I start seeing that at the stores, fall is here.
It's a demand issue? That's
And
why it's one?
I can't get it
Erin, Shea.
right now.
So it's like Oktoberfest the best beer?
No, that's Sam Summer.
Sorry.
So I look, fall gives me Count Chocula, spring gives me Sam Summer, which is a beer, not a cereal. But it's just
For those confused at home, don't try to go get a box of
this is just
Sam Summer.
It is really exciting for me, and I think the fact that I can't get it all year long. Like, I'm never in the store being like, oh my gosh, they have Fruity Pebbles in stock. Like, they always have Fruity Pebbles in stock. But
That's because it's the best.
but it's a fun day when I can go get Count Chocula.
Cereal womps.
It's good.
Wow.
Absolutely womps. It's marshmallows without the fun, offensive leprechaun. I've had the cereal once and I was like, no, I'm good.
I eat it every fall.
I don't need Lucky Charms with just one note chocolate. I don't need that in my life. I just want, man, we were doing so well. This cereal womps. I've never had it. I've never had it. I've had it once. I've had it one time.
I've never had it.
I had it one time and I was like, never again.
It womps. I've never had it.
What, have you had it?
I have had it.
What do you think?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But this is another hurdle issue for me.
Yeah.
You know, because of how much I love Lucky Charms. It's an invert. It's inverted. And
What do you mean? Just the colors?
Yeah.
Are you a cereal racist?
In this case,
Marshmallow's
yes.
got to be colored. Cereal's got to be white. That's the way God intended it. That's a problem, bro. You have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't have white marshmallows up in this
No,
piece.
it's not the
And
color.
dark
It's
cereal?
not the color. It's the chocolate. I don't want chocolate with marshmallow.
Yeah, that's not a normal combination at all. S'mores.
I like s'mores
Nobody would think to combine chocolate and marshmallow.
with milk. I don't know. It's a hurdle for me. I'm racist.
He's a cereal racist.
I'm racist.
He's an SERIAL cereal racist.
Whoa.
I've tried to hire people of color a number of times, and Brandon said no.
Oh no, sirree. Don't you? At least Dracula's white. I don't know, man.
That's tough.
I know people love this cereal.
It's tough, man.
I don't hate this cereal.
Can I tell you, I didn't know it was seasonal. I thought you could buy it whenever you wanted. That's how much I didn't know about the cereal.
That's also interesting. I assumed that they would
Along with the Blueberry and the Frankenberry, those are only available at Halloween.
Oh, you can only get Frankenberry and Halloween.
What's up with cereal? What's up with cereal companies and Halloween?
I don't know. Well, I mean, everything like also has a Halloween. Like the Fruity Pebbles have a Halloween. I think the Krispies become like just purple and orange. Like they're like everything up here had a Halloween almost, and I just want.
That would drive you nuts, right, Brandon?
Yeah, just keep things the way they are, man.
Yeah.
Wear your white hood to buy your cereal.
Oh man.
He doesn't want the colors to change.
I don't want the colors to
Brand's
change.
whole
I don't either. Keep the Fruity Pebbles a rainbow.
Yes.
Yeah, taste the rainbow.
All right.
Yeah, the cereal womps, I hate it. 1 in 10. I don't like 6 either. The rest of these, man, I got some thinking to do. Because there's one cereal that just needs to be on here.
I'm interested to see which one.
Are we going to find out what that is?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to. Are you ready, Dan?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
So we both get 2 flips.
Two flips?
Two flips, and then we get
two
swap. Then we get 2 swaps and 2 flips.
Yep.
Yes. So the 2 cereals.
I wish the screen was touchscreen.
I do. Yeah. That.
Again, Dan, should we revisit the smart board conversation?
I would love to revisit that. I think the problem is I know that if I take Count Chocula off this board, Erin Shea's not going to choose my list, and I would like for Erin Shea to choose my list. So what I would like to do is I would like to remove Rice Krispies off the board
Okay.
Rice Krispies.
Starting with number 10 is a whole new ball game.
I want to take Rice Krispies off the board because I think it's the only cereal on this board that isn't turnkey. It doesn't work without help from something else, and I think that's why it doesn't belong on the board.
Okay.
I'm going to put Cocoa Crisps in its place.
Interesting.
So I'm going to put Cocoa Krispies in its place. It is of the Rice Krispies family, Erin, so it's not that far off. Instead of Rice Krispies, I get Cocoa Krispies. And the only reason that Cocoa Krispies should be on this list is because when you're done eating the cereal, you now have a bowl of chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Done. And I'm not crazy. That just is where that's where it should be. Okay. In my opinion, Cocoa Krispies instead of Rice Krispies. Now we have 10 turnkey cereals. Okay. Now I'm also going to take Trix off the list. I'm going to take Trix off the list. I want to take Lucky Charms. I do. I want to take Lucky Charms off this list. So
it belongs on the top 10.
Dadgum bad, but it's not. We're going to keep it there for now. And then after I add this cereal, I'm going to do a couple switches. So I'm taking Trix off the list. What am I adding? I'm adding Cookie Crisp. Now, Cookie Crisp has to be on this list. It is a chocolate chip cookie in a cereal. If your brain as an 8-year-old didn't explode when you realize you could have dessert for breakfast, it is my favorite of the chocolate cereals. It needs to be on this list. I'm going to put it there. Now, so I've got Cookie Crisp and Cocoa Krispies in the 9 and 10 slot. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Fruity Pebbles and Count Chocula 1 and 2. So I'm moving Count Chocula to 2, Fruity Pebbles at 1, where it deserves to be. Where it deserves to be. Then, this is where I might lose you, Erin, but please give me the benefit of the doubt. Okay. I'm going to switch Honey Nut Cheerios and Cookie Crisp. So I'm going to move Honey Nut Cheerios from 3 down to 9, and I'm going to move Cookie Crisp up to the 3 hole. Now, do I like Count Chocula there? I don't. But can I deal with it if it's surrounded by Fruity Pebbles, Cookie Crisp, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Reese's Puffs? Absolutely, I can deal with it. So my top 10 for you would be Fruity Pebbles 1, Count Chocula 2, Cookie Crisp 3, Cinnamon Toast Crunch 4, Reese's Puffs 5, Lucky Charms 6, Crunch Berries 7, Honeycombs 8, Honey Nut Cheerios 9, Cocoa Krispies 10. I think it's a great list. I think it's a list that it's change we can believe in.
Wow.
That's my list.
It's really good, Dan.
Thank you.
It's really good.
I put a lot of thought into it.
I
had to give some stuff.
This is tough.
This
is tough. Cool. I just gotta kind of look at it and see. All right, I'm gonna. You got rid of Trix.
I got rid of the 9 and 10.
You got rid of 9 and 10. Yeah. You got rid of 9 and 10.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of Rice Krispies, and I'm gonna go with my preference in regards to the chocolate cereal. Cocoa Puffs. I'm going to puff it out. I'm going to take that crisp. I'm going to puff it out. Take that crisp and puff it out. Take that crisp and puff it out.
To our live studio
audience. Right. You
guys crushed it.
We muted them.
You guys crushed it.
They were awesome.
Same thing. You know, you get the chocolate at the end. And it's just like I like... There's a specific texture of Cocoa Puffs that I really like. And since we already have some pebbles up here, I'm going to spread the wealth Puffs. Here.
I just tried to stay in the crispy thing.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. We are. Yeah.
You and I both know you're getting rid of those honeycombs.
Oh, man.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
I broke Bran.
Yes, this is tough. This is hard. I'm going to...
It's still not a touch screen.
I'm trying, though.
I'm going to get rid of honeycombs, and I'm going to replace it with... Fruit Loops.
God almighty.
And then here's what I'm going to do.
Trying to lose.
Now here's what I just got to do what's right by me.
You got to do what's right by you.
I got to do what's right by me at the end of the day.
Fair.
I'm going to then flip it and reverse it. Just flip it.
Yeah.
Count Chocula with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
I'm going to make Cinnamon Toast Crunch my number 1. I'm going to keep Fruity Pebbles at number 2. And then I'm going to flip Honey Nut Cheerios with Lucky Charms. So, Cinnamon Toast Crunch 1, Fruity Pebbles 2, Lucky Charms 3, Count Chocula 4, Reese's Puff 5, Honey Nut Cheerios 6, Crunch Berry 7, Fruit Loops 8, Trix 9, Cocoa Puffs
10.
at 10. I think we got two very good options. Very good options.
Yeah.
I really like my switch to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch to number 1. And I think that might be my saving grace here.
You move Count Chocula down to 4.
I know.
But
I think in her hearts of hearts, she knows that's right.
But she also knows she doesn't want Fruit Loops on the list. I mean, come on.
What are your thoughts on Fruit Loops, Erin?
I mean, I talked about it a little bit when we got the Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
I like Fruit Loops. I mean, if I'm at a hotel with a continental breakfast and Fruit Loops is the only sugary options, I'm going with
talking
Fruit
to the guy that loves a continental breakfast.
I love continental breakfast.
Yeah, you usually get like Cheerios, Fruit Loops, and then like some sort of like green cereal. But so I will go Fruit Loops there. But it is a cereal that feels continental breakfast to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the bigness of it. I like the bigness of the loops. Like, that's why I personally like those more than the Pebbles. I don't like the tiny
of the loops.
I don't like the tiny dinkers. I like the big boys.
Right.
So that's just how I am.
Right there, Lee.
But you know, I haven't had Trix in a long time. I can see a world where Trix is better than Fruit Loops. It's just been a long time for me.
Yeah, but you took out honeycombs.
I took out honeycomb.
Yeah.
I took out honeycomb.
All right, Erin, it's time.
Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Which of those two lists combined? We did all the work here. Do you have one in your mind that you think is going to work for you?
I do.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
I have no problem with either of the substitutions that you made or the swaps.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
Yeah, they're all great lists. They're all great cereals.
An unequivocally better list than Ryan Popola's, like in every way, shape, and form.
None of these feature the Looney Tunes.
That's right.
They do feature the
leprechaun.
the Flintstones, which was fascinating.
Yeah, but they were created
Hanna-Barbera
for the Flintstones. Anyway, the issue that I am having is one of you chose Cookie Crisp and one of you chose Fruit Loops.
That's fair.
And Cookie Crisp is going to win.
Yeah. As it should.
You both replaced the Rice Krispie with the cocoa cereal. Phenomenal choice.
It was the right move.
I was happy with both of those. Yeah, Rice Krispies is on here for a nostalgia factor.
Do you have a preference between Cocoa Puffs and Cocoa Krispies?
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
So I loved your puffs.
She loved my puffs.
I loved your
Gotta
puffs.
love my puffs.
I loved your Cocoa Puff substitution there.
But you took honeycombs off the board and put in.
What if I replaced Trix with
you
Fruit?
Can't do that.
No. I'm asking, would it have made any difference? At the end of the day, it's still Coke. It's just the.
I think it's the addition of the Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, over Fruit.
Did you consider Cookie? Was it in your 13? Okay.
Cookie Crisp was in like my top. It didn't make it down to the final 13. It was in when I first just dumped them on there. But it wasn't one I was allowed to have as a child because it was a straight up cookie.
Yeah.
So that one is more of I bought it a couple times as an adult, but it doesn't have that nostalgia factor for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're eating cookies for breakfast, and
Come on.
where are you going to go wrong there?
And it's a cereal that people are going to love to have up here, and they already got the fruit stuff covered. You know what I mean?
Really great
Nicely
job
done.
all the way around. Head over to our social media page at Hallmark Podcast for later today. We'll be posting a reel where Dan and I will give you our top 5 cereals.
That's right.
Of all time. And no one can say anything about it. Also, let us know which of the lists you think is the best. You can vote right now. Link is in the description. We'll update you next week on that. Let us know what you think of this list. I think we're having a good time.
We're having a great time.
I think we're having a good time. Do you think it's fun? Do you hate it? Let us know. And we'll be back next week with a whole new week of Deck the Hallmark. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
The Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Erin Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.